Are you a solopreneur looking to 2 times your revenue to fund your lifestyle and give back? Well, this podcast is for you. We bring you inspirational guests sharing actionable tips to solve many of the struggles you face each and every day. And now over to your host, Paul Higgins.
Hello to the Build, Live, Give Solo podcast. If you're a first-time listener, welcome. And if you're a regular, thanks for your support. Love to get your feedback at paul@buildlivegive.com. Today's topic is the right business model, and it's the third in a series that relate to the rapid growth drivers. So we've already done personal effectiveness and also ideal clients. So you can find those in prior shows. So what are you going to learn today? First is how to pay yourself first, very important. Then we'll go through the 4 elements that make up the right business model. So non-negotiables, competitors, point of difference, and pricing. And you get all the links to this in the show notes at buildlivegive.com/podcast. And as I said, all the topics relate to the 5 rapid growth drivers. And you can get that in my book. You can find it on Amazon or other sites. You can just type in Build, Live, Give. So my story was I left corporate, and I basically started doing coaching by the hour, and I knew that was quite a restrictive model, but that's the one I had. Then I flipped to facilitation with Franklin Covey, one of the world's largest productivity companies, and once again I was getting paid by the hour, and I knew that this just wasn't going to work for me. So I then swapped the model into advisory, where I was paid a retainer, and I also had a tech and outsourcing business, which was a retainer and a subscription-based model. And then I also went into group mentoring. So all through this, I changed my business model, and I was really inspired by the work that I'd done at the Coca-Cola company, and those habits really die hard. Now I mentor to get people the right business model to pay themselves first. So now what I'll do is go through the 4 elements. So the first is non-negotiables. So I believe in setting up your life first. And what you really want to do, especially if you've left a job in corporate, you really want to set up the right life and then get your business model to suit that, not the other way around. So, where do you want to live? How many hours do you want to work? What's your monthly pay expectation? What family breaks you're going to take during the year? You're going to take school holidays off, etc. So what I say is don't have a job in your own business. And it's really easy to do that. So make sure you've got the right model to be able to do that. The next is competitors. And if I had my time again writing the book, I probably would have used peers, because what I always love to do is have someone ahead of you and learn what they're doing and then take the best parts of that and apply it to you. So I've got a short list of people that I follow around the world, and I regularly research their website, their podcast, everything that they're doing, because I know they've got bigger budgets than me, and then I learn and adapt and apply that for mine. So before we go into the next one, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about the book called Build, Live, Give. I go through the lessons I learned from leaving Coca-Cola to run my own business, how I scaled and kept it going whilst going through my transplant. I give you the 5 rapid growth drivers that we've spoken about before to help you build, live, and give. And all of my experiences come from me personally, also given hundreds of solopreneurs that I've also mentored. So already we've covered the non-negotiables, competitors. Now what we'll do is go into the point of difference. So what I call a point of difference is sort of your signature system. So, it's pretty obvious mine is the 5 rapid growth drivers, and it's something, that is specific to me, but sometimes that's just not enough, right? So what I think you need to come up with is distinctive skills. So what are skills that you've got that very few people do? So for me, I ran a VA business for 5 years. So they're quite specific skills, and I've learnt those, and then I can easily apply it. And I think every solopreneur should have a virtual assistant. So it comes in handy when I've dealt with hundreds of solopreneurs onboarding and using a virtual assistant. And then also privileged assets. So what have you got that not many other people have in the world? So for me, I've got over 400 experts that I've got in a database. So when a solopreneur comes to me and says, I want a web developer, I want a content writer, whatever it is, an expert that can help them that they're not good at, I've got 400 of those waiting to give them. And I think for me, one of the biggest lessons I learned when I left my job was just, not everyone is treated the same. So at Coke, a great supplier always did the right thing, but that's not the case when you run your own business. So to me, I don't know anyone else that's got a database like that around the world, so it's very much a privileged asset. The next one is around pricing. And I'm going to do a future show on pricing because I think, it needs a lot more detail. But the one action I want you to take today and really do is just put up your prices. So most of you, your clients, you're going to grandfather your current clients by giving them the price because they trusted and worked with you at the beginning. But new clients come on, they don't know what other people are on, and you can just try it. So just put up your prices, even double them tomorrow and just see. I've done this so many times with the people that I've mentored, and it's just worked so well. So, that's the simple version of pricing. We'll go into more detail when I do another podcast at a later date. So, the 3 key actions that I'd love you to take from this podcast. One is start paying yourself first. The second is work through the 4 elements that I've gone through today. So non-negotiables, competitors, point of difference, and pricing. And as I said in pricing, the third thing is please put your prices up. Just test it, all right? It's only one client. It's not thousands of clients. So just test it on the next client. So you can get the show notes at buildlivegive.com/podcast. And please take action to build new revenue streams to fund your lifestyle and give back.
Thank you for listening to the Build, Live, Give podcast. If you like what you heard, please subscribe and leave us a review. It would mean the world to us.